Hi. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. We are live today. Hi, everyone. Good morning. If we're just meeting, my name is Dr. Okeke. We are going to be talking about gut health today. So, welcome. Let's see who has joined us. Welcome, Book Lover 11. Good to meet you. Welcome, Ariel. Welcome, Erica John. Welcome. I'm going to spell it out. SKNUPIA. Hi. How you guys doing? Hope everybody is having a good Sunday morning. It is morning here. Put in the chat where you're connecting from, please, so that we would know where you're connecting and joining us from. Welcome, Big Black John. Welcome. Is it Shay? Welcome, Tim. Welcome, Nadine. If we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Dr. Okeke. I'm here in Las Vegas. I'm a family practice physician. I own my own practice. So today we will be talking about gut health and how important it is. And we also have as a moderator, Mr. Beat. Welcome, Simple Clean. Thanks for joining us. Welcome, baby. Welcome, baby. Thanks for joining us. Hit the like button if you're actually, help us, reach more people by hitting the like button and grabbing your daily hot me. You grab the daily hot me by just touching the orange heart. All right. So today we will be talking and trying to understand how important the gut health is. It has been called the second brain, and it actually is very, very important. That's where all our problems and all our good stuff starts with. Welcome, welcome, everyone. If I didn't mention your name, I'm sorry. I have to scroll back up I'll scroll down to just see who I've missed. All right. Thank you for the rose, Erica. So we are streaming live jointly on YouTube as well. So when you see me looking back and forth, I'm actually trying to check on the YouTube section. Welcome, Carol. Hi there. Welcome, Jaybird on YouTube. So let me get started. Gut health. Why is it important? Well, the most important thing is that did you know that you have 100 trillion microorganisms in your gut? and that your microbiomes actually weighs about 2 to 5 pounds, almost as much as your brain. This is why it is deemed the second brain. 70 to 80% of our immune system is located in our gut. So it is very, very important that what we eat, what we put into our body, we are very careful about that, because that's where everything starts. Your digestive system produces 95% of your body's serotonin, which is your happy hormone. So this is my second time on live. So something is showing up on the screen, and I'm not sure how to really go about it. So bear with me, guys. I'm learning, with all of you here. So if anybody knows, please let me know what to do. It says encourage. Okay. Well, okay. So it says to encourage you guys to invite other people to join the live so that TikTok can actually push this live further, as well as YouTube, I guess. So just a hero. I am a doctor. Yes, I talk about health, and I also talk about what people eat in order to be able to get better health. Hi, YouTube people. Yes, Benjamin, never too late to learn. I agree. All right. So let's move forward. If anybody have questions so far, go ahead and I will try to get to the question, and hopefully my moderator will also get to the questions. So what is gut health? You need to have what we call balanced ecosystem. And gut health means physical and mental well-being without digestive complaint. It requires a balanced ecosystem of helpful microbes, of helpful of help. Somebody was calling me. I can't obviously take a call. Um, it requires a balanced ecosystem of helpful microbes in your intestines. You have to have proper function of your gut system. Um, Vinton says, how do I know all this? Well, I am a physician, so hopefully, I'm sure, I've learned one or two things when I went to medical school, and I've been practicing for a while. I hope that answers your question. Anyhow, thoughts of parasite cleanse. Okay, hurricane. I'm not understanding the question. Are you asking me what do I think about parasite cleanse? I think it's really important because it has also been linked um, with type 2 diabetes. So it is very important to. Okay, so I'm answering your question then. Thank you. Thank you, Hurricane, for the gifts. I'm sorry if I don't acknowledge it because I'm looking both ways. Did I answer your question with regards to the parasites? I will make every effort to try to answer all questions, but if I don't get to you, please don't feel offended. It's just probably I. Okay, thank you, Venton. Um, okay, so let's move forward. What are ways to cleanse them? I actually, part of cleansing them is eating things that, you can use some tea, which are the natural ways to cleanse them. On this channel, I try to actually use more natural stuff in order to, to than the traditional medicine. That does not mean that the traditional medicine does not work, but let's first try the natural things first. You can try things like mushroom tea, black walnut, and I'm answering your question, hurricane. You can do. Thank you so very much, Benjamin. I am trying. I am trying to multitask here. Make sure you grab your daily hot me on TikTok, and so that you can actually TikTok can actually recognize you because it helps you with your engagement. Make sure you grab that. And then try to hit what our goal today is to hit 10,000 likes. So tap on my nose or tap anywhere and just, help us get to that goal. Thank you so very much, Benjamin. Oh, thank you. You're joining us from Malaysia. It's good to see you. It's good to hear from you. Thank you so very much. If you're just joining us, please tell us where you're joining from. I am in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it is 8:12 here in the morning on Sunday morning, June 1st, my birth month. So I'll be celebrating the whole entire month. All right, so let's move on so that we can get to what we're talking about today. So, the stomach, the intestines, and the colon must function properly. For those joining us, we're just talking about gut health and how important it is and why it is deemed your second brain. If anybody wants me to kind of repeat the statistics on why that is important, I'll probably go back. We probably won't be able to get to most of the things, but I am happy to just answer questions about it. All right. Are sports good for health? Yes, definitely. But everything in moderation. And that's, Vinton, I'm answering your question. Okay, so let's move forward. Your stomach, your intestine, and your colon must function properly together. This ensures good digestion, nutrient absorption, and waste elimination. As long as you're eating every day, you should be able, if we eat at least 2 to 3 times a day, we should be able to be going to the bathroom at least 2 to 3 times a day. And you need to make sure that I don't know what I could say, poop or bowel movement is soft, not hard, you're not constipated, and you're not having diarrhea. There has to be, a balanced medium at some point. Fiber is important. Part of good gut health is making sure that you're eating enough prebiotics and probiotics. What are prebiotics? Prebiotics are those foods that actually feed the good bacteria, which are the probiotics. So both are important. And we have to understand that in order for our immune systems to actually function properly. Please hit the like button if you're liking this so that we can achieve our goal of 10,000 likes. All right. So, what foods can you be considered as prebiotics? Things like garlic. They are usually mainly starch and fibers that feed those carbs, but they have to be complex carbohydrates. Thank you, Benjamin, for being the number one gifter. Appreciate you. Hi D hi D. Come on in. Thanks for joining us. Hi Palgi 144 for joining us. Hi Ann. Thanks for joining us. Kimchi is great. I love kimchi. It is important as a probiotic. It is filled with bacteria. I also love kefir. I drink kefir every day. I make my own at home. I always believe that, the best things to do is to make most of this. Now, if you live in other countries that don't use a lot of chemicals compared to what we have here in the United States, most food can actually be very healthy. I like natural food, just, cooking on a daily basis. I do not like prepackaged stuff. Goat milk is great. It's an A2 milk, which is really healthy and is good for your gut system, Hurricane. Um, we can actually get sidetracked on the milk type, but let me touch on that. A2 milk are easily digestible. They don't cause as much gut irritation and bloating compared to the A1 milk. But most people in other countries probably do not have A1 milk simply because the cows in those areas, I'm from Nigeria and I know that we do not have A1 milk. We do have, all the milk we have is generally A2 milk because of the type of cows that we have in Nigeria. If you see a cow that has those humps, those are the right kind of cows that produce the A2 milk. Goat milk, sheep milk, and cows that have hump milk, those are the A2 milk, and you should drink those without any problem because they don't cause as much bloating compared to the A1 milk. Thank you so very much, Anne, for your gift. Please, hit the like button. We want to get to 10,000 likes. If you're new, make sure you grab your daily hot meat so that you can get your points from TikTok. All right. So moving forward. Thank you, Micah, for your gift. I really appreciate it. Hi, Just Me. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the likes. I am new at this, so if I'm not mentioning you, forgive me. I'll get better at it. I'll keep trying. I think this is my second live, but as far as I feel in between, what I'm trying to do is to see whether I can actually be going live on a more consistent basis. because of the time and my schedule. I can, right now I can only do it when I have time, but I'll make the effort and maybe schedule them later at night as opposed to early in the morning. Sundays are a good time for me because I have an abbreviated schedule on Sundays. But otherwise, I work most days. All right, hit that like button for me, please. I appreciate you guys joining us. All right, so moving forward, anybody have a question so far? Hurricane, did I answer your question with regards to the goat milk? All right. Okay. So, whole body impacts about, in terms of your gut health. Oh, that is really important. Church is very, very important. I agree. Okay, so whole body impact. Gut health directly affects your immune system, your immune function and mood. It is fundamental to your overall health, and it is important that we take it seriously. What we put in our body, we should avoid things that are processed, things like artificial sweeteners, and we should avoid things, well, basically things that we cannot really pronounce or pretty much identify as natural. Okay. Okay, Vinton. Does anybody have any questions so far? Thanks, Chris, for joining us. Oh, I am Les. Thank you so very much for your gift. Thanks for liking. Thanks for your likes. Just me. Thanks for liking the live. We appreciate you. Okay, so common gut health problems that people can have. You can have what we call irritable bowel syndrome, which about 10 to 15% of the population have that, and is usually chronic. Then the next is GERD, or actually acid reflux, commonly known as acid reflux, experienced by at least 20% of the American population. This is where you have heartburns and then discomfort. There's also something called SIBO, which is an imbalance in your gut bacteria and overgrowth. This normally happens in the small intestines. And then, of course, we come to the leaky gut, which, has, I believe in the last few years at least, have become more popular, and people are becoming more aware of it and realizing how important it is. What is leaky gut? It is an increased intestinal permeability, meaning things are leaking, allowing toxins from your gut, from your GI tract, into your bloodstream. And these can cause a lot of inflammation in your body. Now, if anybody wants, if this is getting too technical, I would, somebody can just let me know how you want me to go about it. I am happy to just not be too technical. I don't want it to be boring. I want it to be engaging. We're not in a lecture. So, and I know how most people don't like to be lectured. Anyhow. So just ask the questions and then I can leave this as a free flow. Oh, thank you for the ice cream. Thank you for the ice cream. Sorry, I don't know whether I was able to eat it, but I hope it is with the A2 milk. But I appreciate it. Hit that like button. Our goal is to get to 10,000 likes in about 30 minutes. Hit the like button, grab your daily hot meat. Okay, I think. Okay, let's move on. Mental health. This is surprisingly, y- your gut health actually affects every aspect of your health: mental health, skin condition, immune system, sleep, and energy. So let's talk about the mental health part. Your mood, the mood disorders and depression are linked to your gut inflammation. Brain fog and poor cognitive function can stem from your gut issues as well. This is why most times when patients come and are complaining about some of these things, we sit and assess their diet, their dietary intake, what they eat on a regular basis. If their food is mainly processed food, we encourage them to change their food, increase their fiber intake, and then add more complex carbohydrates and include things like probiotics to be able to help. Yes, it does take some time. You have to give it about 10 to 14 days, up to 30 days, in order for your gut microbiome to reset. But once you start, you're going to feel, it may feel worse to start with, and then it will eventually improve. I don't sleep well. Could this have anything to do with my gut? Yes, ma'am. Yes. Depending on what you're eating. So you have to make sure that you're not eating poorly and that you're adding complex carbohydrates to your diet. Now, are you in the United States? Because most food here is actually not good for your gut. You have to make the effort to be able to improve your gut health. Also, if you're having problems sleeping, some of the things you can do is you can take things. Okay, you are in the UK. Cool. Well, at least they have less chemicals in their diet, based on the regulations that they have over there. So you can increase your fiber intake. Eat things like asparagus, which is a prebiotic that feeds your probiotics. Garlic, onions, all those things are actually good for you. Make sure that you're getting good exercise. Start taking some magnesium and start, taking things like kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, all the fermented stuff, and then avoid soda because that's the number one gut killer that we are all subjected to. But we can change that. Does that answer your question? I am. Good for you. That's great. So make sure that yeah. I mean, there's so many other things that you can use, in terms of water is good. Water is always good. It's the best thing to drink. And if you wanted to have things like soda, you can always have kombucha, which is a fermented tea that is filled with probiotics and is good for your gut. Great. Why are you? I'm not sure. Snorlax? All right. Tap and can you tap and share the live so that more people will come in, please? And then like the live so that TikTok can share it to more people. At least that's what this is saying. Share the live. Share the live. Thank you. To share, you just kind of hit the share button and then share to your followers. We are halfway towards our daily goal of 10,000 likes. Help us reach that. Consuela, thank you. I think I missed some things, so I'm going to just scroll back and see what I have missed and answer some of the questions. All right. I'm not sure what I did here. Okay, so can you guys still see me? Because I feel like I'm not technically, I'm technically challenged. Okay. All right, so let's talk about things that can result as your gut health issues: eczema, psoriasis, acne, often reflect gut imbalance. The gut skin axis is a crucial connection for your health, for your healthy skin. We are all aware, maybe we're not all aware. Things like psoriasis can be autoimmune, but most times it's not triggered until we get a little bit older. And that's probably due to the fact that what we eat is asking me. Oh, thank you for for the roses. Says to set a goal. Okay. I am trying to figure out this. Things are popping up on the screen. I'm not sure what are, you know. Thank you. Okay. So, thank you, I am, for the roses. I appreciate you. Things are coming up. I'm not sure. So, I'm just going to keep on going. Oh, Dream Chaser from Bermuda Triangle. Well, welcome. Thank you, G, for joining us. Hi, Karen. Good morning on YouTube. All right. How is it in the Bermuda Triangle? Dream Chaser. Well, good to see you. Thank you, I am, for helping me out. I appreciate you. You guys should go ahead and follow her. She has been so helpful. I will pin her if I can figure out how to do that. God knows. I am trying to. Not sure. This is part of the learning process. So bear with me. Mm. I'm going to add you as a moderator. So that's what I can see. I hope you don't mind. And go ahead and pin yourself. I am. Thank you. Okay, so moving forward, does anybody have any question with regards to what we're talking about? If you're just joining us, we're talking about gut health and how it affects our body and our health. Some of the areas that it affects is our mental health, our skin, our immune system, our sleep and energy. So it generally affects everything. It is our second brain, and we need to pay attention to what we put in our gut. I mean, let's think about it. Everything we eat goes straight into our gut. That's the first contact with the outside world, with our immune system. So it is important that we take good care of it. Oh, I thought if I added you as a moderator, that would work. It's asking me to add you as a moderator. But did you get okay, pin? Okay. I think you can because I just gave you all those permission. Okay, so the question is what would a full day's diet for good gut health be? Well, first of all, you want to start with once you wake up in the morning, before you touch your phone, before you scroll on TikTok, before you scroll on YouTube, the first thing you should do is to just get some warm uh, room temperature water, add some slices of lemon, and just drink it. That helps jumpstart your gut and your metabolism before you touch your first coffee. Then you can move on to brush your teeth, do all the other things, and then eat something that is going to have a lot of oh cybersec advisor, thanks for joining us. Then you want to eat a protein rich breakfast that will sustain you, keep you full much longer for the whole entire day. In that breakfast, you want to probably just try to add things like kefir, maybe half a glass to a glass in the morning. If you're just starting, just start slow and build up to it. You may feel a little bit bloated the first few days, but with time, your body will adjust to it. And then make sure that you're adding things like fermented products. Um, if you wanted to drink anything, like I said, kombucha is something that you can actually drink on a day-to-day basis. I drink my kombucha first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. So thank you, CyberSec advisor. You're welcome. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. All right, folks, we are at 7.9 likes. Our goal is to get to 10,000. Help us get there. Tap the screen. Just constantly hit the screen and we'll get the likes. We want to reach 10,000. We're now at 8,000. So 2 more thousand. We're almost there. Okay, going back to I am again processed food if you can, because most things are processed in the United States. So, home cooked food is always good. If you have to eat things like pasta, I would suggest making them at home. And okay, I would suggest making them at home. Neat 69. What is a good kefir to buy? Well, pretty much any kefir is good. The only problem is the longer they stay in the store, the less effective they become. But nonetheless, they're still better than nothing. But if you can make it at home, that is also good. It is so easy to make. It hardly ever takes anything to make at all. All it takes is milk and the grain. Or if you don't want the problem of having to maintain the grains, you can literally just use the store-bought kefir and make your own. It becomes more effective when you make your own because as it ferments in your house, the bacteria level increases. as it incubates. You can go from the 12, the 12 billion CPUs that they have in the most brands in the stores here in the United States, and that could actually increase to 30 billion. And somebody would just say, well, how do you go from 12? The same thing that happens when you're actually making your own kombucha. If you buy a bottle of plain kombucha and and just added it to your sugar, to your sweetened tea and fermented it, you will make a SCOBY. That makes it probiotic rich. So once you're fermenting it, you're increasing the bacteria for over within that 24 hours. And it is important that you're making small amount, because each time you make it, then you're making fresh batch every day or every 2 days or within a week, and you can control what goes in it. But any of the brands are okay. I don't particularly subscribe to any brand at all, but it's better than nothing. Hi, Josephine on YouTube. Welcome. Hi, how are you? Where are you joining us from? Neat 69, did I answer your question? Guys, you guys are amazing. You are doing so great. We are at 9.1K. Thank you so very much. You guys are getting us there. We appreciate you. Keep tapping the screen. All right. Hi, Tamela. Welcome. Oh, you're joining us from Italy. Wow. Thank you. I'm in Las Vegas. How is it over there? How's the weather? It's getting warm here in Las Vegas. We're hitting those 100-degree temperatures. So hope is warming up in Italy. All right, so great. Oh, it's still cool? Well, that's nice. At least it's not cold. It's warm. All right. Welcome. Since you're just joining us, we're talking about gut health. I am Dr. Okeke. I am a practicing physician, family medicine physician here in Las Vegas. I have been practicing for the past, I've been in Las Vegas for the past 12 years. So I'm getting old, so retirement is looming. So today we're talking about your gut health, how important it is, how it is your second brain, and how we should all be cognizant of taking care of our gut health so that we can prevent some of the diseases that can arise from that. I have talked about how it's associated with mental health, is associated with skin conditions like psoriasis, acne, eczema, all of that, and also sleep is also affected by your gut health and your immune system. Part of it, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Josephine. What are the natural solutions you know, for your gut health, the most important part is change your diet. Feed good bacteria with a daily target of 25 to 30 grams of fiber. Well, welcome. So you're in the right place. I hope it's not as it's not as fun as but when you're discussing medicine, it is important that we take it seriously and that we take our health seriously. So going back to fiber-rich foods, you need to have at least 25 to 30 grams of fiber every day. Things like whole grains, beans, fruits, vegetables, these support regular bowel movements. I don't know whether anybody remembers when they were a kid, like in primary school or grade school, they've always taught you about vegetables are roughage. And that's really what they are, because most of the time we are not able to absorb them. They are there to just kind of create bulk in our gut to help us eliminate some of the things. But what that being important, the next important thing is that you have to make sure that you have enough fluid in your system. A lot of us don't drink enough water. If you add fiber into your gut and you don't have enough water, you're just going to end up having constipation. Imagine putting a pipe and just putting stuff in there and not allowing it to just move freely. We don't want to stuff it. We just want it to move freely. Fermented foods, we've already touched on that. Somebody has already asked questions about kefir and all that. Again, these introduce beneficial bacteria into your gut. And oh, thank you, everyone. We hit 10K. I could dance, but then, I'm probably not going to. So, but I appreciate everybody who made it possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for your gifts. Okay. Thank you, I am. Thank you. I appreciate you. You are amazing too. Thank you. I drink up to 3 liters a day. Now, that may be good enough for you depending on your weight. There is something we call body weight water calculation. And you could actually look this up on Google. The amount of water you require per day is actually related to your weight. So some people may think that they're drinking enough and realize that, oh my God, I'm not even anywhere close. So for instance, somebody who is about 165 pounds probably needs about 10 glasses of water. And that's 8 ounces each. So that's about 80 ounces. Now, if you live in Las Vegas, that's just the bare minimum that you need. And if it is hot, you're going to need more. Why is water important? Water is important because think about your cells need the optimal amount of nutrients and solution to be able to function well. So if they are lacking some of the things that they need, they're not going to be able to function well. So it is important that we drink the right amount of water and eat healthy. You can't do either or. But I would suggest, Josephine, that you check the calculation out and see whether that is enough, that is what you need for your weight. It is solely based on weight, not height. Hi, welcome everybody on TikTok that I have not acknowledged. Thank you. The moderator is acknowledging you guys. Thank you so very much. We are talking about gut health. You're welcome, Josephine. All right, so, well, I wanted to end this live after 1 hour because I have to go to work. So, um, I have about, I think, 15 more minutes for anybody to ask whatever they wanted to ask. I will still continue to talk about, because we haven't even touched the surface of this at all. But I'm here to answer questions anyone has. If you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Okeke. I'm a practicing physician in Las Vegas. And we're talking about gut health today. So feel free to ask any question. Thank you. Thank you at Testimonies. Hit the like button. If you're just joining us on TikTok, grab your daily heart me so that you can actually get ranked by TikTok. It actually helps you and it also helps us. They generally give you your credit from what I understand once you do that. Thank you. You have my number. Thank you. Thank you. All right. What are the prebiotic foods? Because, people always talk about probiotic and prebiotic. Again, I have explained that before, but let me reiterate it. Prebiotic are foods, those complex carbohydrates that feed the good bacteria in our gut. So they need to eat their food. So we need to eat them so that they can feed to be able to protect us. Things again like garlic, onions, bananas, asparagus, they act as fuel to those probiotics. It is important that we get those things together and and actually make sure that we're eating them on a regular basis. Because think about it, if your bacteria are not eating their food every day, then they're not going to survive. We have to feed them. Then you want to eat anti-inflammatory foods. Most of the times we talk about antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and most people, and this is something that I have found with my patients, I will ask my patients, do you know what antioxidant is? And they'll just say no. 90% of the time, they'll say no, which means we as doctors are not doing a good job at explaining some of these things. So, what is an antioxidant? Antioxidant is compounds, well, we call them anthocyanins, that actually block the free radicals that cause inflammation in our body. All over our whole body, we have free radicals, whether we like it or not. So think about free radicals as things that just kind of like needles that just kind of poke holes, just kind of irritating you. How can I clear bad cholesterol from my gut? Well, are you asking without medication or you just, you're asking naturally? And referring to the YouTuber is Istria. Sorry if I butchered your name. Thank you. I appreciate you. There are certain teas you can actually drink that help with cholesterol, but that depends on whether it's familiar cholesterol or it is from diet. But there are also studies that have shown that sometimes is usually some of the chemicals in the food that actually create natural preferable preferably. So I have on my um TikTok, I don't know whether it's actually been posted on YouTube. I have some videos that I have made that actually talks about, a few teas, things like green tea that can help, um, hibiscus tea. All those can help you with high cholesterol and high blood pressure as well. So go check those out and hope that helps. And of course, changing diet and eating things that are less inflammatory can also help. Does that answer your question? Okay, so it definitely is probably on my YouTube. Okay, so it's saying that my live will end in 4 minutes 52 seconds. Making me do some puzzle. Okay, I guess we're still good. We have about 12 minutes before I can go see my patients. Okay, sorry guys. You're welcome. So I was talking about antioxidants. So when you have something that has like spikes, imagine something that has spikes just poking you the whole time, causing inflammation, which is what inflammation is. It just causes your body to react. It recruits as it's poking holes. It causes your immune system, your macrophages. This is getting technical, and I'm hoping not to get technical. It causes your fighting the blood cells that actually protects you to come into play and fight and cause a lot of damage. And like when people are rumbling, if two people are fighting and just kind of rolling around, there are collateral damage. Sometimes those inflammatory responses can cause surrounding damages, which is how we get the big C words, due to our cells, reacting. But what antioxidants do is antioxidants do is they'll block those free radicals, which are those little spikes that are causing those problems, and that's how they protect us. So it is important that we eat food that are rich in antioxidants. How do you know which foods are rich in antioxidants? Mainly if they're deep in color, red, purple, all those have great anthocyanins that actually have high levels of antioxidants in them. If you ever forget everything, that's the one thing to remember. The deeper the color, the more anthocyanins they have, and the more protective they are. Things like purple cabbage, purple asparagus, red onions, all those red, bell peppers, all those have high anthocyanins. Purple sweet potatoes. Okay. Thank you. If you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. Let's try and get to 15,000 likes since we already hit our goal of 10. So let's make it 15. We just increased it to 15. And we have about 10 minutes to go, 9 minutes to go before we have to have a hard stop. Thank you for your gift. I don't know what the star is, but if you're on TikTok, make sure you grab your daily heart me so that you can actually get your points from TikTok. They normally give you about 45 points every day once you grab the daily heart me, which is that orange heart right there. A dry fast, is eating your water more beneficial than drinking it? When you're coming off a dry fast, is eating your water. I mean, okay, so like, eating things like watermelon as opposed to drinking just water, as opposed to juices. Is that what the question is about, Sala? I'm trying to understand it before I can answer, to make sure that I'm answering your question correctly. Okay. What is the question? If you have got any, oh, okay. Oh, okay. The star means subscriptions. So if you want details and want to join our team, you can subscribe. I have no idea. And that's why we give a lot more time. We give more time to our subscribers and pay more attention to their comments and when we're not live. Of course, when we're live, we answer everybody's questions. Sometimes we have sometimes we have subscriber only sessions. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Um, I don't think it actually, because you have had a whole dry fast, and you can actually start with with you know you can eat it and also drink it. It really doesn't matter which way. Okay, so Solomon says, okay, Solomon, you have to describe it a little bit, because I mean, burning left side, it could mean anything. How long has it been there? And how did it start? So basically, there's so much questions that I would have to ask you with regards to knowing exactly what it is that is going on with you. Long time, how many, months, weeks, how did it start, what triggered it? So being on live is actually it's not, because these are personal stuff, you probably don't want to ask on live and don't want your business out there. So I would suggest, either joining our member only on YouTube and then asking your question there, and then we can actually get more in details about that. All right. So I am going to just stop talking and just trying to answer questions in the next 4 minutes. If anybody has questions. April, thank you so very much. Appreciate you. Because I would hate to end the live abruptly without answering anybody's questions. If you go to my channel, there is a membership area where you can join on my channel. My channel is Dr. Okeke channel. All right. All right, TikTok people. Anybody have last minute questions? You're welcome, Solomon. You understand that I can't discuss your medical conditions publicly because it is private. Okay, so thank you, everyone. I truly appreciate you guys. And let me see if we are 600 likes to hit the 15K, and we have 2 minutes. So help us out. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit your daily heart me, and let's get to our goal today. When will I come again? I'm going to discuss it because I have schedules that conflict, but I'm trying to really make this a regular thing. While I'm still trying to figure out the whole life thing, I would like to do it more often. And I would like to, instead of teaching, which is kind of boring, just kind of go with free flow. Anybody can come with their questions, and then we can just go ahead and just brainstorm. But you guys should let me know what form you guys want us to take, and I will appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. You guys have been great, both YouTube and TikTok. I thank you all for your participation today. Once you subscribe to me, I will send you invitation. I will send notification whenever I'm going live. I think that will be the easiest way to do it. Okay? Thank you guys. I hope I have answered everybody. We are going to end the live now. Thank you all.